So my name is Tina, for those of you that don't know me, and I have been at Marino's now for probably almost 2 years. I can't remember exactly, but somewhere close to 2 years. And when I first started here, it was because everybody in my neighborhood was working out at Marino's. And they're all going, oh, you need to try this gym. And I'm like, I don't go to the gym. I don't work out. I've never done it in my life. Well, I shouldn't say that. In college, I went to Bally's or Holiday Spa, if anybody ever went there. And that was more like you went there to pick up guys and they were there to pick you up, and that's it. So I had no experience with this whatsoever. So finally I broke down and I'm like, all right, I'll go to this gym. And I had no idea. I was nervous. I was like, what am I getting myself into? And I'm not kidding. From my first class, I was totally hooked. Like, I came into class, I loved it, and I wanted more, and I wanted to come back, and I wanted to come back, and then I wanted more. And it was just this like eye-opening experience for me to be here. So I didn't play sports. I had no background no athletic ability whatsoever, but now I'm at this gym with all these people that seem to, but that's not really the case. Some people could, some people couldn't, and we're all in the same boat. So now I'm going to fast forward to today, and I get this email, and it says, we're putting together this panel of people that are going to talk about their experiences at the gym. Would you do that? And my knee-jerk reaction, oh yeah, anything for you guys. It's awesome. I love it here. Yes. And then like day 3, it set in. And I'm like, what the hell am I going to say? Like, what am I going to say to a group of people that are either right where I was 2 years ago, or are in the middle of where I was, or where I am right now, that's going to mean anything to them, or change anything for them, or help them in this journey, as I keep calling it, and Rachel has taught me to use that word. So the one thing I said, okay, what I can do is I can tell you who I am and how I got to here and what I'm doing. So let's go all the way back to when I was a kid. I grew up thinking that every meal was everything on your plate. You had to eat it. Dinner was the most important meal, and your plate was stuffed. And everything was a meat, a vegetable, a potato, bread, and a lot of bread. And that was dinner. And dinner could happen at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and that's how I grew up. I think I was given Coke as a toddler. It was probably in my bottle. I'm not even kidding. Coke with every meal. I lived on Coke. Coca-Cola? Lived on. I just Coca-Cola. I'm sorry. Thank you for Coca-Cola. Soda, people. Soda. And that was like my lifeline. I loved Coke until Rachel kindly sent my son home from the gym one night with a water bottle. And it was that water bottle, 3/4, and I'm so mad that I didn't bring it because it still sits in my kitchen, 3/4 of the way full of sugar. And my son walks in the house and he goes, here, Mom, Rachel told me to give this to you. And I'm like, what is this? And he said, it's what's in your soda. I'm like, oh my God, so one soda is this much sugar? That was the last time I had a Coke. That was it. I was done on Coke. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to change this. All right, so back to me. I got married at 32, had my first baby at 33, and I was at that time considered skinny. So I gained 70 pounds with my first baby. Nobody was worried about that. 68 with the second baby, and 72 with the third baby. And nobody thought that was a big deal, because everybody's like, oh, she's skinny, she can handle the extra weight. But what that did to me was left me at 40. I'm now overweight. I'm tired, I'm saggy, I'm depressed. I'm nothing like I was. I didn't recognize myself. Now enter Marino's. Now I'm at Marino's and I'm working out. I'm in these classes, and one day, and I don't even remember if it was Rachel or who, somebody came to me and said, you should step it up a little bit. Why don't you try this or try that or do this? And it was so out of my comfort zone. I'm like, okay, I'll try that. Because now I'm strong, right? I can do anything. So I'm doing my workouts, and Rachel says, here's this diet that you're going to be on. I'm like, oh, okay. And I read it, and I was like, you have to be kidding me, right? Like, you want me to eat this much food? Like, I can't eat this much food, and I'm going to look right at you, Megan, when I say this. You can eat this much food, and you should eat this much food. And for the first 2 weeks, I couldn't eat that much food. I'd be gagging. I couldn't get it down. I'm like, 6 eggs. I can't get 6 eggs, And Rachel's like, you'll get there. Just keep. And I kept at it and kept at it. And yeah, I mean, it's like, And it's so foreign to anything. I'm eating all my calories in the morning. I'm still eating at night, but I'm eating lean and green. And I know that all of you that come here have heard that, but lean and green, it really does mean something. And now I'm in it. And 4 months, I was 100% strict with that diet. I didn't even cheat for 4 months. I was so proud of myself. And what I saw was my body fat went down huge. My clothes all fit differently. I could see these muscles that I didn't even know that I had. And then I'm like, oh, let's get a new focus. I'm going to build this butt. I've always wanted a butt, but I didn't have a butt. I had this saggy thing that had dimples in it. It wasn't a butt. It was just, but it was. And I mean, my husband would smack me on the butt and it would go forever. And I hated it. And then I got focused on this. Okay, so now I have this diet, and I'm mixing my diet with my exercise, and it's kind of fun. Then it just became, now what can I do? I did my first 5K at 44. I did a mud run at 44. I will be 46 when I do a Tough Mudder. That's pretty amazing. And I'm not even trying to pat myself on the back. I'm just saying that by changing my diet, changing my exercise, and the way I looked at things, I can now do these things that I couldn't do before. Gone is the feeling bad about myself, and I'm going to go back to the scale. I was so focused on that scale when I came here, because what really kicked it over the edge was all my neighbors on New Year's Eve got on the scale, and we decided we were going to lose weight. And Megan was there for that crap. And we're all going to enter this challenge, and we're going to lose weight, and we're going to make this happen. And I got so focused on this number, and Rachel would be like, "Don't look at the scale. Don't look at the scale. Oh my God, don't look at the scale." I'll tell you, I don't look at the scale anymore. I'm so sick of hearing my husband talk about the scale. I don't want to talk about the scale, because my number really has not changed, but my pant size has changed. The way I sit has changed. The way I carry myself has changed. The way I eat, the way I look at other people, the way I want to help people. It's this whole transformation that I want everybody, and Rachel tries to remind me that I can't get everybody to do this with me, but I want everybody to feel the way I feel. I want everybody to eat the way I eat, and it's so positive that I really think that if everybody could do it, it would be life-changing. So a couple of things that I wanted to say. When I started this, I worked out and I saw changes in myself. And then I physically saw changes in myself. And then I noticed changes in my confidence, changes in who I was. And now, as I'm transforming, in comes my son. And now my son comes here. And now my husband comes here. And this is like this whole family affair of, we talk about the gym, we talk about our workouts, we talk about getting exercise and not just sitting on the couch, and what are you going to have for dinner? Well, is that a smart choice? Is that a healthy choice? When my son asked me for dessert at night, and I look at him and he goes, "Yep, sugar-free pudding. All right, Mom, got it." He knows, and it's not even like he's being tortured. They know it's no soda. They know that, we needed to make some drastic changes, and we did make those changes, and I think that it really worked. The last thing I feel like I need to just summarize, and now I've moved all my cards around, but there's things that I wanted to tell you in my final little thing. Okay, here's what I want to say. The most important things that I have learned being here is to set goals. Make sure you're setting goals, because as soon as you don't set a goal and you're kind of just coming in to work out, you either lose interest in what you're doing, you kind of can just not come in on Tuesday, because why do you need to be here? You don't have anything you're working towards. Just don't come in on Tuesday. But make your goals small. Don't make them big. Because that's, in the beginning, I just wanted my butt different. And I wanted a different butt. And it's been a year, and I still don't have that butt that I've saved, that picture that I've saved. But it's really changed. So it's happening, So make them small. And get a friend. This goes to what Roy said. This place we have made connections and friends with people that probably we wouldn't have made friends with otherwise. I would not be where I am if it weren't for Patty and Carolyn and Roy and Beth, who listen to my crap at 9 o'clock. And when I'm not able to stay on diet and I've fallen off, and I'm texting Patty at 11 o'clock going, "I just had a chocolate. Oh, sorry, chocolate. And that's really what I say. I just had a chocolate chip cookie. Can you beat that? And Patty's like, don't beat yourself up about it. But she's my go-to. Like, there's somebody there that gets it. Carolyn gets it. When I'm saying, I don't know, my shake, it's I could talk to her, and then we're talking about it, and we're helping each other because we're both there and we get it. And Roy and I are working out together, and it's like, you want to give up, but you look at Roy and you're like, all right, he's still going, I guess I'm going. And it makes a difference. It makes such a difference. And I could go on, but I will stop there and just say that I love to talk about the diet. I do. I love to talk about working out here. I love to talk about it. So if anybody ever wants to talk, I will talk your ear off about it. And I will be your friend. I will be your text person that you can text if you have a problem, if you have a question. I love it. So that's that.